Dear lovers and friends, Love Nikki is my truth about Black life through the lens of my deep love and rage for Black men. Nikki, that's me, the around the way girl that's not so around the way, from the Bronx, unloads her trauma and triumphs. Evolution of Black womanhood, hope for Black family, and faith in God to fulfill a hefty American dream. Y'all are welcome on my journey in all of its humor, pathos, and adventure.
All right, listeners, we are finally here in the studio to record Love Nikki, the podcast. Shout out to the Bronx. That's where we from. I'm Nikki.
I'm Kiki.
And that's where we starting with the Kiki, because she been kikiing with me the whole time, and there's nobody in this world that can tell these stories better than my own stories better than me, than my own little sister, Kiana.
I'm Kiki, the little big sis with the gun in the back from the Bronx. Shout out to the Bronx. So what we about to do? We're about to get into why we here, right?
Why Love Nikki.
Okay. So why Love Nikki, the podcast?
So you remember that it was one specific night, girls' night at Gael's, and Sharifa came into the room and was like, why do Black men hate us? And I resonated with that because I felt like, yeah, why do Black men hate us? And so Love Nikki is really a love letter to Black men. And it's asking that question. It's actually telling you all what it looks like to love y'all, what it feels like to love y'all, and what we go through when we love y'all. And that's how we got here. And I just want to pretty much have a conversation with women our age, or just with Black women. And it's really to speak to the women coming of age who don't get told the truth about dating, relationships, and the pursuit of happiness, really. Like, what does it look like to pursue a career and pursue romantic relationship at the same time? Because we're being told we can only have one or the other. Or I think in our community, we find it mostly in conflict, but it doesn't have to be. And maybe it does, but for me, it's never going to be that way. So that's why we're here. We're here to really discuss what love looks like in Black community.
That we can't have it all?
Well, my hope is that we can have it all.
I think we can have it all.
I hope we can have it all.
So here we're going to sit here and we're going to talk about these Tonys, right?
Right. So every episode, we're going to talk about a different romantic relationship that I had and whatever I was doing at the time in terms of the pursuit of my career, but really through the lens of my relationships with different Black men, because that's who I date.
Only Black men?
So far, I've only dated Black men.
Would you go outside of that?
I think I'm open, but I don't feel like I should have to.
Okay, so all our Tonys are Black men.
All of the Tonys are Black men.
What you want to do? You want to dive in?
Let's dive in.
You just want to dive in?
Let's just get there.
So let's just get there.
We've been waiting a long time to talk about these Tonys.
There's a lot of Tonys. I don't even know if I can remember these Tonys. So who's Tony?
So I'm not giving up who I've been with, right? So Tony comes from The Other Night, Oh Why, which is a nod to Solange's song, if you've ever heard it. It's pretty much, I could have been in love by now if it wasn't for Tony. So
a throwback.
Every
you know.
Every episode, I will be reading a letter, doing my version of confessions to these Tonys. So that's where we're gonna start.
Why Tony number one? Well, why is Tony number one, and who is Tony number one?
Who is Tony number one? That is the question.
So when you created Tony, did you make it like the top Tony, the first Tony we're talking about today? Is that the one that you were most in love with? Or like why? Why that order?
Okay.
You said there's more than one Tony.
So I started with who I feel like is the love of my life. And I don't know if I feel like I started with the guy that I've had the most love for in the most authentic, natural, unconditional way. So we're starting there.
And that'll be the order.
It's not necessarily in any order, except I felt like I should start with
One.
love and not rage.
So this Tony, was he fine? Was he tall? Was he short? Was he what you imagine the one to look like? What did he look like?
So, and I'm reading off this because I don't want y'all to miss this. He's a sexy Omega man, U.S. Air Force and commercial pilot. He's a charming motherfucker, and he will thrive in any room. And he's nasty.
Nasty.
And I liked it. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is it exactly that you want to say to Tony number one? What do you want Tony number one to know? If there's anything in this world, what exactly do you want to say to Tony number one?
We'll start here. Dear Tony, you still remind me of the love once between us. And over the years, I never stopped thinking of you. And since that Uzi weekend we spent summertime, New York City, there's been no thing like you. No one like you. I wish we could have lasted a lifetime, really. You broke my heart and my spirit for over a decade. And for a good part of those years, I thought I imagined us, like we didn't really happen. And I see you got a wife. She's nothing like me. I thought you should know that proximity to whiteness doesn't make you dope. It doesn't make you better. But is it true that she's the luckiest woman in the world? You've never wished me a happy birthday, but I think I need to see you again.
Yeah, that's good. So, if I can remember, I know what.
Do you know what Tony we talking about?
I do.
Okay.
I know what Tony this is. I remember, do you remember the year this happened?
2009.
So 2009, we were still bunking together. We were still living together, just me and Kadara. And
well, I moved back home.
Okay. You moved back home.
Okay.
Post-college.
Okay.
Great. Kudos to you. My son's father, Anton, was there. I don't remember the time of the day it was, but I remember she came in kind of late and just smiling from ear to ear, just smitten. And we didn't understand why. So she comes in and she's talking about this Tony. But I recall as he serenaded her with a guitar. Why him? What exactly happened when y'all met? Where did y'all meet? How did he start talking to you?
So I'm gonna tell you about Tony. We met in college. I'm not sure how I knew him, why I knew him, through whom I knew him.
You don't remember those details?
I didn't remember those details at the time. But when I graduated, we'd run into each other at a wedding. I thought he looked familiar. I recalled maybe, I know this guy from Facebook, but I didn't know his name. Maybe several months later, he reached out to me and said, I'm coming to New York City to visit. Can I stay with you? And I know that might sound odd, but
yeah, because he wasn't staying.
What happened was he's an he's an Omega and I'm a Delta, and that's kind of how we rolled, at least back then. It was like, I'm coming, and I felt an obligation to make sure he was good while he was in New York City. So I admit to him that I have moved back home. You cannot stay with me, but I don't have no job. So I'm available to kind of take you all over the city. I'm available to you. And when he came to New York, it was over a lunch that we started. I asked the question. I was like, yo, how do we know each other? And then we literally went through like, who were our friends? Who did we go to Lenore with? Who were our people? And then we found that there was overlap, but we couldn't really figure it out then. We just know we went to the same school. We knew some of the same people. And now we hanging out in New York City. That's pretty much how it started, over lunch at BBQ's, because that was my favorite restaurant at the time. Yes, he randomly reached out
because
to me.
That's how they do. When you live in New York, you traveling, you call a friend to call a friend, bunk up, Free stay.
Right.
Free
And
Airbnb, free accommodation.
if I was living by myself, it would have been cool. But with my mom, you cannot stay here. That's just not happening. So he found a frat to
Mommy
stay
was still
with.
here?
Yeah, we still lived with mommy at the time because I had moved from Laconia back home.
I just remember you saying you were floating.
Oh, I was floating.
You were floating.
So this is what happened. This is what the whirlwind looked like. We meet up at BBQ's because that was hot at the time. And I decided that we would, I decided we would go to Soho. I don't know why I picked Soho and Chinatown and all of that. Maybe he mentioned wanting to go there. But when we left the lunch, which felt kind of flirty, but I wasn't quite sure what was going on because that was not the intent for us to like be romantic. Once we got to the street, you know, he's going into, you know, his pride about being a pilot, a black pilot, and the statistic, he's a military dude.
He was single at the time. Did you get that?
I think he had told me he broke up with his girlfriend.
And what about you?
I did have a boyfriend at the time.
Oh, you had a boyfriend at the time. So she's out to lunch with the Omega with a whole nigga at home. Okay.
Yes, okay. So I did have, but I was just being a chauffeur.
Yes.
A host. I was just being a host.
That's fine.
Not a hoe, but a host.
Yes. I think that's fine. So during this meetup at BBQ's, what rang? What clicked?
I don't know what was clicking, but something was clicking. So we go on with our day. We go to Chinatown. We start looking at all the different shops and everything. And I remember him picking out, like, looking at different shirts, putting it up against my body. And then it started to feel like flirting. Also, wanting to grab my hand when we crossed the street started to feel like flirting. And it was just really organic. And then we went to the Museum of Sex.
I've never been there. How was that?
That was cute.
Was it awkward?
It was kind of awkward.
You said everything else was so authentic.
No, that was awkward because we looking at animals have sex and different inanimate objects have sex.
That's what's there at the museum. I've never been, so I wouldn't know.
I mean, I think it's changed over the past 15 years because...
I didn't know it was there that long either. I didn't know it was there that long. Yeah, I didn't know. Me either. I thought it was new. Yeah, me too.
So a best friend had told me about having gone on a date. It was Ashante. Told me about having gone on a date there. So I thought it would be cool to mimic this adventure she had, right? We go there. That's cool. We leave. It starts pouring. And I just remember running through the rain like a movie, like it's
like
pouring.
A Love Jones night.
And Love Jones. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously. We running through the rain. We take cover in Macy's. Now we window shopping until we could like dry off pretty much. We leave Macy's and we go back to the car. And now we're in the car really trying to figure out how do we know each other? Like, why do we feel so connected? And he admitted that he wasn't shit when we was at Carolina and he was pretty much a dog. And I was like, but I don't know. You know, he was like, he mentioned somebody he dated. And I was like, well, I know that person. And it still didn't click. I was like, oh, okay, well, I know her. Let's call her C. And I was like, yeah, I know her. She's cool. But okay, I still didn't remember him having a relationship with her. That was that. We went our separate ways. I went skipping home literally because it was just, it felt like a...
So this was like night one? Was there night two?
This was night one. But night one had not ended yet. We did go our separate ways.
So how did it not end yet?
So what happened was I had a party to go to. I invited him, but he said he weren't really into parties. But I had this weekend planned already.
He's Omega not into parties?
I'm not gonna say he wasn't into. He wasn't interested in going to the club that night because he was hanging out with his frat brothers, right? Okay. And so now it's like I'm waiting for him to get to the club. He's telling me it's like midnight. He says he's on his way. It's 1:00. He's on his way. It's 2:00. He's on his way. He might not have gotten to that club till about 3:00 in the morning, at which point we were already leaving. So I'm outside. He pulls up or he's walking toward me. And I just remember it feeling like I think I ran to him and like hugged him. Like it was like real movie like I hugged him,
Like,
and he probably
you was
spent
excited.
me around.
You was excited.
Yeah, like he was my man, but he wasn't.
Like a little girl running to
Like
her daddy.
Oh, it's
I mean, that's where it goes.
killed the whole vibe. But it felt like that, and we didn't end the night there. We went to other open bars that were probably open to like more like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Bar hopping, yes, with a friend of ours.
The girl C, did she look anything like you? Because it matters.
Yes, this was a black woman. This was
a brown girl.
She was brown. She was regular
shapely,
black.
skinny.
She was thick. She has body, pretty
smart.
face. We're all smart if we went to Carolina for the most part. And yeah, she was cute.
So the night one end, it ends now.
No, it doesn't. Because now he serenades me with the guitar.
And where are you?
We're on the street outside of the bar.
Could he sing?
A homeless, yes, he can sing.
Do you remember what he sung?
I don't remember what he sung.
You don't remember what he sung?
I don't. I tried so hard.
It was slow? Was it country?
It wasn't country.
Was it Brian McKnight? What was
slow.
it?
It could have been a Brian McKnight song. Some version of that. I do remember.
Did other people surround y'all? Was it just you and him?
It felt like me and him.
Just only you and him.
We weren't by ourselves, but it felt like it was just me and him in the whole world.
And where did the guitar come from?
Because there was a homeless man. I think he was homeless. I don't know what other word to use, but he was, like, oh, give me $1 and I'll play you a song. And he was like, no, give me your guitar and I'll give you $1. And so the guy gave Tony the guitar and he started playing the guitar and singing to me. And I think that's when I knew I was in love. That's when I knew I was
So now that I know that part, that sticks out a little bit because now he might have, only in New York City can you find a guitar in the train station
like
on
that.
A homeless person. So that just is kind of fairy tale-ish for me because when she came home talking about she's floating on cloud 9, me and my son's father are still with him to this day. We looking at her like she's crazy. Like, who is this dude? I'm like, oh, he's a pilot. He wants to be a pilot. He's in the Air Force. He does this all the time because he goes state to state. This is what he does. So now that he picked up that guitar from a homeless person, I don't know if you really finding that too many places. So, day number 2, when does the love start? When do you start feeling like he's the one? How does that?
So I thought I was in love at the guitar maybe, but the next day we go to a bashment party in Brooklyn in celebration of Michael Jackson.
And how old are we?
He died. I was 24, going on 25. He was 25.
24 going on 25, post-college. Okay.
Yes.
We said that.
So.
Night number 2.
Yes. We go hang out. So night number 1 ended together. And then I came home the next morning.
Oh, night number 1. Let me go back. So after the guitar and you felt like you was in love, I'm thinking you got on the 2 train.
No, I did not get on the train.
You didn't get on the 2 train?
No, I went where he was staying, which was at his frat brother's house. Well, we went to breakfast, I think, first.
And so let me guess, after that, Maxwell came on.
No, Maxwell doesn't come into play.
I'm thinking a night of love and basketball. What happened?
But
Maxwell came on.
But Maxwell is a part of this story, though.
What's the song? What's the love and basketball song?
A Woman's Worth.
A Woman's Worth must have started playing. That's where we going. What happened at the frat brother's house?
It did feel like that, but actually nothing, because I was on my period, so nothing happened at the I think I was ending
you had your Ruby.
Yeah, I had my
Ruby.
Had
your Shout out to our cousin Melissa for referring to her period as the Ruby. Shout out to her. You had your period. Anything else? Kissing. The kiss.
Well,
the kiss matters.
Well, no.
Because you had a boyfriend. So I'm trying to think of when you crossed the line. When did you cross the line?
I think the kiss happened in the car after the pour down and after Macy's.
This was a tongue kiss? It matters.
I think so.
So when you went to the frat brothers...
Because that was not our most profound kiss. Our most profound kiss happens in the summer after I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay. So fast forward. You spent the night.
I spend the night.
So
he drives me home the next morning.
That night, did you sleep?
Oh, wait. So
I'm trying to figure out how you fell in love with him. So you go to the frat brothers. Y'all go to sleep. You said, I'm going to spend the night.
I spent a night. I wound up, I remember now how I know him. It becomes very profound.
Okay.
Oh my God, you dated C, but before you was dating C, you dated M. And M actually caught you in the house with C. Oh my God. So
I know exactly who you are.
Now I know exactly who he is, why I know him, why his name sounds familiar, all the background. And he kind of like shrinks in
embarrassment.
What is it? Not humility, but what's embarrassment? Humiliation. Yeah, that's the word. Yes. And that's pretty much what happens. But let's move forward to second night because he drives me home. We link up again the second day that evening, and now we go to this bashment party
in Brooklyn.
To
celebrate Michael Jackson.
So now Mike is like a big part of the memory. And I just remember being in this hot, sweaty, packed basement. Mike J. Jams,
the rain,
coming in,
the Jamaican club. Remember when they got off the bike? This is giving me Love Jones.
And I remember it being hot, and I'm sweating like James Brown, and he's like literally wiping the sweat off my forehead, and I'm embarrassed because like
you were shiny.
I was shiny and wet, and he goes, "I'll be right back." And I'm sitting there, it's still a groove going, so I'm dancing, and he comes back
with some paper towels
with a cup of ice. Not no paper.
He nourished you.
And he starts putting the ice on my forehead, and I think that like down my shirt, like just dropping the ice cubes down my shirt. And it just felt like magic. It was a lot of fun. It was just a very fun, organic, unplanned time.
Was there night number 3? How did that night end? Did your Ruby finish?
It finished. I made it finish.
You made it finish? How did you do that?
I don't know.
We need to know.
It was
how we finished. How we speed up our Ruby.
But I got that. There was definitely a connection that it was something that I know I didn't want to end, but it had to end that night because
he had to go home.
He was going back home.
And where was home?
Mississippi.
He was in the Air Force?
In the military.
In the military.
And that's where he lived.
In Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
And he's from?
North Carolina.
Oh, he's from North Carolina. Mm. Okay. So when that happened and he went back to Mississippi, fast forward, was there a day 3 when you spoke? Did he tell you, I made it home? I enjoyed this weekend?
I believe so. And he told me to download Skype, which I didn't know anything about Skype at the time. And so then we could talk virtually.
So this whole time, there was no sex, correct?
Oh, no, there was sex on night 2.
After the Ruby was on Brown. Okay, so the Ruby was on Brown. There was sex number 2. How was sex on night number 2? How was that? You created a soul tie at this point. How was the sex? Was that magical too?
In that moment,
that helps you fall in love a little bit more. Yes.
I mean, in that moment it was, but I don't think it was about the sex though. It was about everything else. It really was.
Okay.
It really
no, that was just an addition. It's not that that's what it was about. That's just an addition.
No, it really was. Oh, and it was this profound part. Like I remember him packing for the airport. And I remember going home the day before and calling Monica and being like, yo, Monica, this guy, like, I'm in love. This is it. It's him. He's the one.
And we told us the same thing.
And I just want to fold him up, put him in my back pocket, and keep him. I remember saying that to Monica. And then when he was packing his stuff, this is the next day now, or later on that night, I remember him packing his stuff, and he looks back at me, or he glances at me and he goes, man, I wish I could fold you up and put you in my back pocket and keep you. And I was just like,
I was thinking the same damn thing.
No, but I really was.
So now day 3 comes or whatever, push forward. He goes home. He goes home, back to Mississippi.
Yes,
You're back in the Bronx. How was that connection? When he called you, what happened? I want to get to how Tony broke your heart.
Okay, let's just get to how Tony broke my heart. So we stay in communication. At this point, I'm writing letters. I may have wrote 1 or 2 letters. We make plans to go to...
Why the letters? Y'all couldn't speak? He was
in the military, so it's
like,
something... It's like the love note. I want to write the nigga a letter.
But you could have called.
I could have called.
Okay.
But I wanted...
No, because sometimes... No. You got to remember when they're brand new, the first 3 months, they have no contact, no nothing. So I just want to know...
No,
okay.
He was able to make calls,
letters.
but I was still in a writing... I was in
writing.
Yeah, I was
That's
in a
who you
writing
are.
life. But the funny thing is, after he ended, I never wrote a nigga another letter for a very long time after that. But
So you wrote these letters. Did y'all ever speak on the phone? Y'all
we
Skyped?
did speak on the phone. We Skyped.
How long did that take place, this long distance?
Now this is weeks now because we make plans to go to New Orleans.
Oh, so y'all push forward. Y'all made plans to meet up in New Orleans.
Yes. So now we were in the month of June. We fast forward. We're in September now. We make
So
these
originally it
plans.
was June. Now you're in September.
Yes.
Did you ever make it to New Orleans? Did y'all ever make it?
I fly to New Orleans and he drives to New Orleans.
And what happened?
And we just hang out. And now New Orleans, I can't go there and not think about him.
Was it as magical as it was when you were in New York City?
Not as, because what's as magical as New York City? But it
Was it a good time?
It came in very
Were you
close.
still smitten?
I was still smitten. And I was on my Ruby again. Tragic.
Jesus.
It was tragic. In fact, nah. You know what's fucked up? The last time we even had sex, I was on my Ruby every time. It may not have been meant to be. It was, right. It just wasn't. Now that I think about it.
I don't know. God's protection.
That's your body telling you, nah.
Yeah, that's why I said God's protection. So push forward. All right, y'all had fun in New Orleans. You want to give me anything you remember?
I guess the most profound thing was, and maybe it was 2 or 3 profound things, but we're enjoying New Orleans. It was my first time, so it was all the
Any
things.
red flags surfaced yet?
There were red flags way probably in the beginning, but at that age, we're not thinking. You're not thinking about red flags.
We don't even know that
You
term.
don't even know what red flags are.
We
really,
we don't even know that
you
term
just
yet.
know
Right.
he's cute. He makes me feel this way. I like him. That's it. So we're in New Orleans now. We're in front of the Praline Connect. Well, I want to circle back to the.
And you're single now.
I am single.
No, you're single.
Because my boyfriend
That's
breaks up with me
important.
like not even a week later. But I'm single. I'm in New Orleans. I'm with this guy, Tony, who I've decided I love. And
You decided you loved him? Did you ever say that y'all was saying it at this?
no.
Okay,
I
just
would
in
not
your
be-
heart, you love him.
Yes, I would
Okay.
not. I was not telling him. I may have been implying it in the love letters, but I never was saying it. Definitely not. Definitely not.
Did he write you back?
No.
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 He never wrote you back?
I've never received a letter from Tony.
the same Tony.
The same person who never wished me a happy birthday.
So he never wrote you back. So did he call? He called and talked about the letter. He
acknowledged that he received it. I used to write him emails too.
never wrote an email?
Remember we went to Puerto Rico?
Yes.
And I was writing him, sending him poems from the books that we bought, the poetry books that we bought from Puerto Rico.
Okay. So you, at this point, you decided you loved him. How long did y'all spend
And
together?
I decided, in part, that I'm going to wait for him too.
To wait for what?
For him to come around to realize that we should get married and be together forever.
But why was it a wait?
He was in Mississippi, so I needed
No,
him.
I remember you was fitting to pack your bags.
I was fitting to pack
And
my
let me tell you
bags.
something. This is a straight up New York is the empire of the world. This is the place to be. She told me she was moving to MISSISSIPPI. Suitcase ready. I'm out. I think I'm moving to Mississippi. I remember like, oh my God.
Well, there were things that I would have had to give up, and that
you were gonna go.
I was already admitted into grad school, and I decided I didn't really care about grad school.
Yeah, you would have left.
I felt like if I can feel like this for the rest of my life, meaning in love, the way I felt in love with this man, that's all I needed.
This is important. You feel like you started out with this Tony because he was the most important Tony. How long did so New Orleans happened. How long was this long distance relationship and how long?
It lasted 2 years.
Oh, it was 2 years?
Well, maybe it was you know what? Maybe it was a year and a half.
It was a year and a half.
Yeah. Because New Orleans happened. Now, I do remember what he sung to me at the dinner table at the Pralines Connection. Yes, he did.
Could he sing?
He can sing. He got a little voice. And he sung that song that Jamie Foxx sung to Fancy on the day of the wedding.
And
You remember that song? You don't know the song? Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You don't know what Jamie Foxx sung to Fancy? I can't really sing.
He sung a lot in the Jamie Foxx show.
I'm gonna give you the words and you sing it because you can't sing anyway.
I don't remember. You could try.
It's been 5 years. Can't hold back my tears. I'm so glad I'm marrying my angel today.
Is that a Jamie Foxx song?
Yes, it's like, it's been 5 years.
Oh, he made that up.
Can't hold back my tears.
Yeah, I remember, but I don't remember his non-published. Yeah. But I remember the episode.
Yes,
I remember the song.
And he sings this song, he sings this song. And Maxwell starts playing, just to bring back in the Maxwell part, starts playing Pretty Wings over the airwaves, right? It's on the playing in a restaurant, which is profound because earlier when we met in June, I had told him that like Maxwell was the best thing ever, and he kind of like oozes sexiness. So it was like,
so y'all did this. Y'all were pen pals for a year and a half.
Well, you need somebody to write you back to be a pen pal.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. That's a whole fact. So these phone calls, were they long because sometimes distance makes the heart grow.
I didn't know what was happening because we get back from, the best kiss we ever had was in front of the Praline Connection as well.
You were there.
Yes. And this kiss came out of anywhere. And that's when I knew. I was like, this is it. It just felt right, like it fit. Anyway, we go our separate ways. I get back to New York. We're keeping in touch, but the communication feels funny. It feels...
Why did it feel funny? It felt strained? Like
it felt like...
Forced?
It felt like he didn't want to hear from me. That's what it felt like.
Oh.
It felt like I was kind of like... Yeah, like doing too much.
What did that look like? Because you guys are long distance, so how am I doing?
The things he was saying, I like you, and this was very specific. I like you, Kadara. I have a good time with you. You're fun, but I don't want to be with you. He said that probably verbatim.
Did you ask him why?
I didn't have the wisdom to ask him why.
What was he looking for? Was it a thing? I want to be single.
I'm
not established yet. I didn't finish my Air Force program.
No, I never asked him, and I just really imagined that. I didn't know what it was, but I know at this point I was feeling like I didn't have all the things that he was looking for, because there were several conversations about my ambition to go to grad school and what I was going to be or what I was going to do with my degree, and I just didn't have all the answers. And on top of that, I didn't have a job, and I had decided, like proactively, consciously decided I wasn't going to do a work study. I wasn't going to get a job because I needed to figure out, I just wanted to go to school and figure out what I was going to do next. And he had expressed that wasn't good enough, that he'd already was aware of the date he was going to retire. And he
had it all figured out.
He had it all figured out.
How old are we now? 26, 27
I am
now.
25 and he is 26.
Push forward. When did you decide to stop communication with Tony?
I think when he said that I wasn't.
That was a year and a half after
No. This was so it starts in June. It gets to September.
Yeah, do New
Now
Orleans.
this is we do New Orleans.
When do you see him again?
I don't see Tony again until July of 2010.
Oh, so from September to July?
Yes, because he gets deployed.
Oh, how was that?
I write him some more letters.
And you never got a letter from Tony?
I never got a letter from Tony.
And now, a year and a half later, when I want to settle down with you, he says, I don't want to be
I never
with you.
tell this nigga that I want to settle down with him.
That's how he felt, and he let you know.
I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know what was happening because you don't like me. You're like, oh, you're cool, but I don't want to be with you. But you're still communicating with me from
daily. How often? It was good communication. It was good enough for you.
It would feel good. It would feel maybe a little bit like breadcrumbing, but I didn't know what breadcrumbing was at the time.
So what's breadcrumbing for those who don't know?
They just give you a little bit to hang on. Just like, I'll give you a little bit more, or yo-yo. Like now I'm in your face. I'm making you happy. I'm making you smile, and then I don't want to play with you right now.
I put you back on the shelf.
I'll put you back on the shelf. So that's what it felt like for a long time. And now I'm moving on with my life. I'm doing well in grad school. I go away to DR to study abroad. I actually meet a whole new Tony, right? We'll get to that. Stick a pin in that.
So
I go abroad and I get back. And I had already made plans to see him. And now I see him in North Carolina at an Omega Conclave.
And what happens?
And it is my birthday. And I'm waiting for him to call me and just wish me a happy birthday.
But you saw him?
I saw him and he might have said it, but
you didn't hear him.
I didn't hear from you.
It wasn't special.
I didn't hear from you all day.
So what happens? Is it him forgetting your birthday when you knew?
I think it just probably felt hurtful. Maybe I think I tried to make plans to see him that weekend. And we make plans for me to drive him to the airport. And that felt really dry. It felt really weird. It felt like, why doesn't he want to be in my presence? But he just kind of said, I'm going to see you in August. And we did see each other in August. I went to Mississippi.
And how was that?
I knew that would be the last time I ever see him.
How did you know that?
I just knew. I go to Mississippi. We spent our time together. I kind of know it's the last time we'd see each other. We did sleep together.
How was that?
Well, he runs red lights, so it wasn't we just
Oh.
it was just fine, right?
Right? You had your Ruby again?
Yes.
That's why. This is why
yes.
Tony was tired of your Ruby. You keep planning trips around your period.
It just kind of ended. That's just how it was.
So it just ended?
No. I get back home and he calls me to check on me, maybe a week or so later, and it felt good. It felt good to hear from him because I had already decided I probably would never hear from him. So when I hear from him, it felt really comfortable and it felt good, and I was happy that he was thinking about me. And then maybe a month, maybe less after that, he sent me a text, and it was, I really respect you. We're really good friends. I have a lot of love for you, but I don't want you to find out any other way. I think I'm going to have a girlfriend. And that was the end.
How did you respond?
My heart sank into my chest, and I took maybe an hour or so before I would write, "You a funny ass nigga." And that's all the text said.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it?
You a funny ass nigga.
You a funny ass nigga. That's some Bronx shit. So hold on. So he has his girlfriend. Where's Tony now?
Well, yeah, let's talk about
where's Tony now?
Tony
still look good? Tony still look like Tony?
Tony still looks like Tony. His life doesn't look like what I thought it would look like. And his wife don't look like what
the wife, so when he sent you that text with that girlfriend, is that the wife now?
I don't think so. But in reality,
you don't know.
I'm not 100% sure, but if I put all the pieces together, I don't think it's the same woman that he had. I doubt it. I don't think it was the same woman.
So that's why you never got the attention. He was obviously dating while he was
seeing other people. But I
But
always
did he
knew
ever say that? Oh,
But
you
I
just
always knew because we were long distance, and I think at that age I still
And
understood
he's still in the Air Force.
that he's in the military. We don't live in the same state. He's obviously attractive. I knew those things, but I really thought that if I could be patient around it, that I would get my husband. That's what
So
I thought.
you said he's married, right?
Yes, he's married now.
And is this because you spoke to him?
No, I can observe on Facebook. He has never
Social
been
media.
Yeah, he has never.
Shout out to social media.
He has never. I have never not known what or where he is. I've always known where
So
he
did
is.
y'all remain like friends, friendly little happy
I
Thanksgiving,
could-
Merry Christmas?
No, I could call him when it called for maybe a check-in, like, "Hey, how are things?"
A wellness check.
A wellness check.
Okay.
I could do a wellness check.
The wife, what is that? What is she looks like you?
Oh no. I essentially believe that
Because there was something you said in the letter.
right.
What did you say?
I said that proximity whiteness does not make you dope, essentially. Because his wife looks nothing like me.
What does she look like?
She looks damn near white.
She looks damn near white.
Damn near white.
But she's
And the point of that is mommy never thought that he liked
brown girl.
brown girls to begin with. That he married
He had a
what
type.
he wanted, that he had a type,
Type.
and I was never it. That's what mommy always said.
So, I don't know. For most men out there, black men, I don't know. The type supersedes the love. So, do you think he's in love with this wife? Does it? Does the type supersede love? What is it for him?
I think he loves his wife.
In love.
Is he in love with his wife? That I don't know, but I do think he loves his wife.
You said he kept you in a dark place for a decade.
I would not say that this man kept me in a dark place. It wasn't a dark place,
numbness
but
to love.
my heart was broken for a decade.
Did you think
over a
about him?
decade.
Did you?
I thought about him all the time, and I say that because I don't think I was ever quite right after him. I never felt. I always felt like I had to probably not necessarily be a certain kind of woman, but have a certain, maybe like a certain type of assets or like achievement, a level of achievement or something that a dude might be looking for. I grew up always feeling like I was enough, like I had everything, like I was very smart, like I could conquer the world. He made me feel like that was not enough. And I think that showed up in other, as I move forward, and not necessarily in other relationships, but definitely how I felt about myself and where I was in life.
But back then, not writing back would have been enough for me.
Not
responding to those letters.
Well,
I would have dropped this Tony a long time ago.
I
would have known that he wasn't it, because I just think love doesn't operate like that.
Right, but I didn't expect it to be easy. I did not expect. I almost decided that, I know this is not going to be easy, so this is going to last. But what I did learn from it, and I tried to stay as true to it, and I think I did a damn good job, was that, a wise woman once said that it is not loving to love someone who doesn't want to be loved. And so I knew that the best thing I can do for the both of us was let him go. And I thought that was my actual act of love, was to let him live his life and not be forcing my love on him.
What else did you learn? What else?
I learned butterflies are non-negotiable. And
what do you mean by butterflies are non-negotiable?
Well, we talked about how I was in a relationship when I met him or during this affair. And I didn't have the same zazazoo.
Okay, Carrie.
For the guy that I was with. I loved the guy that I was with. I appreciated him. I thought he was attractive, but I didn't have that la 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 la.
The butterflies. The butterflies matter.
Yeah, I didn't have that.
I think butterflies matter.
Can't eat, can't sleep, reach for the stars, over the fence, World Series kind of love. I just did not.
You didn't have butterflies. Did you have butterflies?
No, that's why I said butterflies are non-negotiable. So yes, have fun fearlessly, because the high won't last, and it didn't. I think that I've been in plenty of relationships that felt fun, and maybe I didn't want to enjoy it too much because I didn't want to be on that cloud nine because I knew it would probably end, but then I didn't enjoy that moment enough. And now I know, enjoy the moment. Enjoy it as much as you can because it may or may not last, but at least you had fun while it was there for sure. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, heartbreak is temporary. You'll get over it at some point. It could take years, but
It took you a decade.
But, oh man! But hopefully, maybe a little longer than that. I think I'm still a little heartbroken.
But when you compare him to the other Tonys and why he was number one,
because I loved him unconditionally,
and you just never felt that high ever again.
No,
have you had that fun first night, second night?
No, and it wasn't just about the fun, but it also was about the alignment, right? Like, because I fell in love again. You'll come to learn that, right? But there was actually we had things in common. Like I think there was real potential for success. It wasn't so much fantasy. Oh, let's talk about therapy. What would Bridget say?
What would Bridget say? Have you spoke to Bridget about this? What did Bridget say?
I don't remember what Bridget would say.
She's been around that long? Like, who's Bridget?
So Bridget is my therapist and has been my therapist for over a decade. She wasn't around when this Tony was around, but some years after she came into my life, and has guided me through these affairs. And what Bridget would say is, if he didn't acknowledge your birthday, he didn't give no fucks about you.
Right.
Like, you need to get rid of him.
Yeah.
But that is not something that I was aware of at that time. I didn't translate not acknowledging my birthday
as not love,
not at the time.
And sadly, that Tony's at the top of the list.
Yeah. Yeah.
That Tony's at the top of the list. The Tony that doesn't even wish you a happy birthday.
Oh, yes. So, Bridget, thank you for that, Tamika. Bridget would say that, I'm glad you had fun, or did you have fun? I'm glad you had fun. And what was the other thing, Bridget?
Walk away gracefully.
Oh, and she would be proud that I walked away gracefully, because any other nigga, I'd have got him. I'd have showed up at his doorstep. Knock, knock, knock. And I certainly thought about it. I thought about it every time we visited Grandma in Hope Mills. I had his address to knock on the door in hopes that he would be visiting his mother for Christmas. And I don't think y'all trusted him with the car.
And that's probably, I don't know if that may be the only Tony that slid by, right?
and there's a reason. There's a reason. I've had so much respect for this man that I never wanted him to think anything less than great about me. So I wanted him to remember me in the loving manner that I always, that loving posture that I always showed up in.
Because I feel like you've mentioned him before, like now, like recently. I don't know if y'all, I don't know. But how's that connection now? How's that, like, does it feel missed? Like, something, like, you understand what I mean? Like, kind of like a Love Jones thing. Like, is it still that wink?
What I will say is a connection like that probably never dies for real.
Right. That's my question.
And we'll just have to see if I ever see Tony again. Stay tuned.
So if there was any song in the world, any song that you had to dedicate to Tony number one.
He knows this song. He knows this song.
What would it be?
It's definitely Pretty Wings by Maxwell. There is no...
That's your song.
That's the song.
That's the song.
So there's a playlist. If any of you want to really get into the vibe of this relationship, if you want to check out this playlist, because it is for you, Pretty Wings. So do what you got to do and find out. Click the links. We'll make it available to you. But Pretty Wings, the name of the playlist. And I think you'll have a better understanding of what I was feeling at the time. So definitely check it out if you get a chance. And I want to say something about this song because it's important. So the song is about a breakup. And then I didn't think we were gonna break up. I just thought it was a beautiful song. But he actually let me go so that I can live my life. And that might not have been for me, but that's certainly how it turned out. Is he just let me
fly.
He let me go to find my other Tonys.
All right. So what can we expect for the next episode? The next Tony?
I think we should start at the beginning. We should start out with where my rage started. Yeah, which was junior high school. Take it back there.
Okay.
All right.
So shout out to Tony number 1. Goodbye. Toast to Tony number 1. And we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we good.
Thank you for listening. This is Love Nikki, the podcast. Make sure you stick around for the next episode. Keep us company. We love our audience over here.